Hey, what's good? I'm showing you guys how to make slash play Chaos Raidens. I've actually kind of been excited to do this video for you guys. Because Chaos Raidens is one of my favorite decks, and there's just a whole lot of power and power behind it. So, yeah. So first things first, you definitely need 3 Light Pulsar. It's just one of your main monsters for Chaos Raidens that can put out a lot of damage very, very quickly. Not only that, but when it's destroyed, you can bring it back remedy. So, yeah, definitely 3 of this. And then, you could actually do 2 Dark Flare, but I 3, just because you have another Dark to get rid of, so that way it's nothing else that you really need. So, but you could definitely get away with 2. That'd be perfectly fine. So, 2 Chaos Sorcerer. 2 is definitely a perfect number in my opinion. You could definitely try 3, but if it dead draws too much, then just cut it back down to 2. In my opinion. So, yeah. 1 BOS, just obvious. It's at 1, plus it's just a staple in Chaos Raidens, so yeah. Remedy, and then Dark Dragon. Just the one ofs, because they're unlimited at 1, so yeah. The other thing that I thought about adding in here was the Twilight Sworns. I mean, you play adding in Lila, Jane, and then Raikou, because, you know, Lumina is kind of still expensive, so that's another thought that I've had about doing a deck profile, was the Chaos Twilight Sworns. So, but that'll be for a future video, because I don't have everything just yet, so yeah. And then Double Gorge. Now here's where I want to talk a little bit. So, you can either do Double Gorge and 1 Tragodia, or double Tragodia and 1 Gorge. The ratios are completely up to you guys. I find myself 1 Gorge a little more than Tragodia. But that's just me. So, but yeah, like I was saying, the ratios are completely up to you guys on that. So, and then for something that actually helps out the deck a little bit is 3 Shadow Dragon. And now I'll show you guys what I took out for Shadow Dragon, and I'll give you guys my opinion on why I took out the cards I did. So, I took out the Cloud Serpent and the Wyvern Buster. But the reason why I did that is because sometimes you'll mill your targets. I can always bring back Lila with Lumina, but sometimes you'll mill Lumina as well, and so it kind of screws you over a little bit. Dragon's actually in here because if it's sent to a grave by a card effect, destroy 1 card trap. And so if you mill Lila and your MSTs, then you have this to rely on to help get rid of your punch back row. So, so yeah, that's the reason why I did that. And you can either run 2 or 3. I'm testing out 3. If I don't like it, then I'll cut 1, cut it to 2. But yeah. And then Double Jinzo. I would say definitely 2. I actually play 3, and I kind of liked it, but I like 2 a little more better. So that way you can mill 1, plus you have 1 in your hand to help stop the traps when you need it. So yeah. So that's basically it for that. Now for the Light Shorten portion of the monsters. 3 Lumina, which is obvious. 3 Ryan, also obvious. I've seen some people play 2 Lila. I actually kind of like 3. So that way you have an extra target in case of, you know, you play charge or you have solar recharge in your hand. So yeah. And then I play 3 Raikou. This is, I I kind of like 3, just because, you know, you have a monster to set. But this is the newer one from the Link Strike starter deck. So, yeah. And then 1 Fetus. I like 1 Fetus because, you know, you mill it and then you don't have the dead draw into it. So, I thought about putting Wolf in here, but I was like, I kind of like Fetus a little bit more better, because then that way you can contribute to destroy a monster. So, yeah. But that's just my thought, and kind of my opinion on that. So, yeah. And then you definitely need 3 Soul Recharge, and then you definitely need 2 Charge Light Brigade. This at 1 kind of hurt. So, yeah. So, and then 2 MST. You could actually try or put it at 3 if you want, but I just like 2, so yeah. And then 1 Soul Charge, because, you know, it's Soul Charge and it's really good. And 1 Barrel from a different dimension, just to bring back your banish to have more targets for chaos monsters. So, but yeah, that's basically it for the deck. Let me pause it and then I'll shuffle it and then I'll show you guys how this deck actually works in action. So, yeah. I'll be right back. Alright guys, so I have the deck shuffled and everything like that. So, I'm just going to shuffle it a couple times just to show you guys that that's been shuffled. So, I had the Hindu shuffle it, and so it's so it's perfect now. So I'm gonna show you guys, like I said, how to play this deck. So basically your opening hand, that's Dark Flare. This isn't like an opening hand that you really want. Well, Charge and Solar Recharge is good, but Fetus is like, eh. But you honestly just bring it back with, so, Solar Recharge, and I'm going to show you guys the mills. So, I draw 2, and then I mill 2, so that's actually not bad. That's actually not bad either. So, that's that, and then activate Charge. So I mill 3. 1, 2, 3. So if I was going second, milling the dragon would be actually really good. So this deck actually kind of wants to go more second in some ways than first, but you know. So I would search out for Lumina, because, you know, you got Fetus in your grave. So I'm just shuffling now. So, and then let's see. So you could actually send Dark Flare and then Raikou to special light push art from your grave. So you summon out him, and then special light pulsar by banishing a light in the dark. You can actually banish Tragodia and then Raikou, and we're showing him. And then I would play the Soul Charge to bring back out. I would go for Realm D, and then maybe Dark Flare. I mean, if you really want to, or you can just Soul Charge for 1, and then use Realm D's effect to bring back Dark Flare, which is also another option. Now, you don't have any other card in your hand besides Lumina, but when you draw next turn, then you will. So, well, also depending on what you're facing. So, but yeah. So that's kind of how Chaos Dragons are played. Depending on the matchup, you could play hang on to like one card and then go for, well, also depending on if you went first or second. If you went second, I would hang on to one card and then drop Luna, go for Fearless, and then make Michael. But if you're going first, then I would do this first turn, because then you still have that Luna to help back you up, possibly. So, but yeah. So that's one hand. Let me shuffle back up, and then I'll make one more hand for you guys. So, so here's one more hand that I'll be play testing or showing you guys how to play. So shuffle up, and then I'll make sure that I have it on screen so that way you guys can actually see it. So Fearless, unfortunately, Raiden, Dark Armed, Dragon, and then Soul Recharge. So this isn't the greatest hand, which you'll run into, which is actually a perfect example of a hand that you could run into. So what I would do here is I would Soul Recharge the Fearless away, because you don't need that in your hand. So draw 2. That's actually still not that great, but kind of not bad. So, and then Light Pulsar and Soul Recharge. So the Light Pulsar actually helps with getting rid of some of your darks in your hand. So, well, plus if you're going first or second, the Dragon will help going second, but if you're going first, it won't. So, but I would still use Light Pulsar to special by sending, I would send Trag and Raiden to your grave from the hand. And then, yeah, that would basically be all that you'd be able to do for this turn. But sometimes that's all that you can really do, is make like 1 or 2 monsters, and then that's basically it. So, but yeah, thank y'all for watching. I hope y'all kind of understand how to play Chaos Dragons, and the ratios that that you can actually do. So, but yeah, thank y'all for watching. Don't you like, comment, and subscribe for more. And yeah, I'll catch you. Alright, later guys.